Automatic cars are incredibly convenient until they start jerking, stalling, or suddenly refusing to move. Most drivers aren't even aware they're making everyday mistakes that slowly wreck their transmission, engine, and other vital components. On today's episode, we're revealing 14 stupid mistakes that are destroying automatic cars every single day. If you're guilty of even one of these, you could be facing a $5,000 repair bill sooner than you think. Before we jump in, make sure to subscribe. We release weekly videos that help you save serious money and keep your car running longer. Hit that bell icon so you're never caught off guard by an expensive breakdown. Now let's get into mistake number 1, and trust me, it's way more common than you'd expect. Most automatic drivers completely ignore their parking brake, thinking it's only for manual transmissions. But this seemingly innocent habit is actually eating away at their transmission from the inside. Because when you park without engaging the brake, your car's entire weight sits on a small metal piece called the parking pawl inside your transmission. And this tiny component isn't designed to support thousands of pounds, especially on slopes or inclines. Over time, this constant pressure warps the pawl and damages surrounding parts, leading to expensive internal repairs. But there's an easy fix that takes just 2 seconds. Always set your parking brake before shifting to park. This simple step protects your transmission and extends its life significantly. Your future self will thank you, especially when you avoid that costly rebuild. This mistake is something that most drivers completely ignore until it's too late. Transmission fluid doesn't last forever, but many drivers treat it like some magical substance that never needs attention. And that dangerous assumption doesn't hit you all at once. It creeps up slowly, silently causing expensive damage behind the scenes. Over time, old oil loses its ability to lubricate and cool. Instead, it turns thick, dirty, and loaded with tiny metal shavings and debris. And when that happens, your internal components wear out faster, heat builds up, and seals and gaskets begin to fail. Sounds bad, right? Well, it's totally preventable. Check your transmission fluid monthly if your car has a dipstick. Fresh fluid should be bright red and smell clean, not dark brown and burnt. And even if your manual says it's lifetime fluid, don't trust it. Replace it every 40,000 to 50,000 miles. This small step can prevent thousands in repair costs and keep your transmission shifting like new for years to come. We've all been tempted to stomp on the gas when the light turns green, especially when there's someone next to us at the intersection, but every time you floor it from a dead stop, you're putting your transmission under extreme stress that it wasn't built to handle. When you do that, the torque converter and clutch bands are forced to absorb a sudden surge of pressure, and over time this leads to premature wear, slipping, and even total failure of these expensive components. The smarter move is smooth, gradual acceleration. It not only protects your transmission, but also improves fuel economy and reduces strain on your engine. Save the heavy throttle for highway merging when the car is fully warmed up and ready to handle the extra power. Many drivers cruise down steep hills in regular drive mode without giving it a second thought, but while they're coasting, their transmission is working overtime, trying to slow the car down instead of letting the engine handle it. This puts unnecessary strain on the system, creating excessive heat that breaks down transmission fluid and pushes the cooling system to its limits. The constant gear hunting and heat buildup can lead to early failure and expensive repairs. To avoid that, use lower gear settings like L or 2 when going downhill. This activates engine braking, which helps control your speed and takes the pressure off your transmission. And for uphill climbs, those same lower gears stop the transmission from constantly shifting, which keeps things smooth and steady. It's a simple habit, but it makes a big difference. It keeps your transmission cooler, extends its lifespan, and improves your car's overall performance. Every cold morning, millions of drivers start their cars and let them idle for 10 minutes or more, thinking they're doing the right thing. It feels like a responsible habit, but in reality, it actually works against your engine and transmission. Many people believe that extended idling is the best way to warm up a car, but modern engines and transmissions are designed to warm up more quickly and efficiently when the vehicle is in motion, not just sitting in park. Letting your car idle too long wastes fuel and doesn't allow transmission fluid to circulate properly. Instead, start your car, wait around 30 seconds to let the oil pressure build, and then begin driving gently. This approach warms up both the engine and transmission more effectively, helps prevent carbon buildup, and reduces unnecessary wear. Not only will your car reach its optimal temperature faster, but it will also run better and last longer. This mistake happens all the time in driveways and parking lots, but most drivers have no idea how damaging it really is. Shifting from reverse to drive or drive to reverse while the car is still rolling puts sudden pressure on your transmission. It forces the system to instantly reverse the direction of power flow, which shock loads key components like bands, clutches, and planetary gears. That kind of stress causes rapid wear and can even lead to serious internal damage over time. To avoid this, always come to a complete stop before changing directions. That short pause gives your transmission a chance to fully disengage one gear before engaging the next. It might only take an extra second, but it can add years to your transmission's life and save you thousands in repair costs down the road. Your transmission is always trying to tell you when something's wrong, often through subtle signs like delayed shifting, strange noises, or odd vibrations. But instead of listening, most drivers just turn up the radio and keep going, hoping the problem will fix itself. The truth is, ignoring these early warning signs almost always leads to bigger trouble. What could have been a simple sensor replacement or fluid top-up turns into a full transmission rebuild that costs thousands more. That's why it's important to pay close attention to how your car normally drives. If something feels off, whether it's the way it shifts, responds, or sounds, get it checked out right away by a qualified technician. Catching a small issue early could save you a ton of money and prevent you from being stranded later. Don't wait for a dramatic breakdown, because by then the damage is already done. Running your tank down to the warning light seems completely unrelated to transmission problems, yet it creates a chain reaction that affects your entire drivetrain in ways you never imagined. Your fuel pump relies on gasoline to stay cool, so when you're constantly near empty, the pump overheats and can introduce air into the fuel system. This affects engine performance and forces your transmission to work harder, compensating for inconsistent power delivery. Keep your tank at least quarter full at all times. This protects your fuel pump, prevents sediment from the tank bottom from circulating, and ensures consistent fuel pressure. You pull up to a red light and shift to neutral, probably because someone once told you it saves gas. But this habit, which many drivers think is helpful, is actually doing more harm than good. Modern automatic transmissions are designed to stay in drive when you're stopped. Shifting to neutral disrupts the fluid pressure and adds extra wear every time you shift back into drive. Plus, staying in drive keeps you ready to react quickly if you ever need to move for safety reasons. The transmission's computer already manages fuel use efficiently at idle, so putting it in neutral doesn't really save you anything. The smarter move is to keep it simple. Just stay in drive at red lights to reduce unnecessary wear and stay ready when it matters most. You get a flat tire, replace just one, and figure everything's back to normal. This mistake seems to have absolutely nothing to do with your transmission, yet down below your drivetrain is quietly having a breakdown. When tire sizes or tread depths don't match, the wheels start rotating at slightly different speeds. That may not seem like a big deal, but it actually confuses your transmission and differential systems. These components end up working harder to compensate, which leads to premature wear and expensive damage over time. To avoid this, always replace tires in complete sets and make sure they match the manufacturer's specifications exactly. Rotate them regularly to keep wear even, and if one tire is damaged, consider replacing at least two on the same axle to keep the diameters consistent. Weekend warriors hook up their boat trailers or moving trucks and hit the road without realizing they just turned their transmission into a ticking time bomb. Towing puts incredible stress on automatic transmissions that aren't properly equipped. Transmissions already generate a lot of heat under normal driving conditions, and towing increases that heat dramatically. Without the right cooling system, the transmission fluid overheats, breaks down, and loses its ability to protect the internal components. To prevent that, install an auxiliary transmission cooler before towing anything heavy. It's a relatively affordable upgrade that can save you from serious damage. Also, always follow your vehicle's towing capacity and use the proper towing modes if your car offers them. Car manufacturers love putting that lifetime fluid label on their transmissions, and many drivers believe it because it sounds simple and convenient. But the truth is, this marketing claim has probably destroyed more transmissions than almost anything else. No fluid lasts forever, especially when it's exposed to the constant heat and stress of everyday driving. Over time, it breaks down, loses its ability to protect, and allows internal parts to wear out faster than they should. That's why you should change your transmission fluid every 40,000 to 60,000 miles, no matter what the manufacturer says. Even sealed transmissions can be serviced by qualified technicians using the right equipment. Most people know overheating is bad for engines, but they have no idea what it does to their transmission. Heat works faster than any other transmission killer we've discussed, and once you understand this, you'll never ignore a temperature warning again. Whether from stop-and-go traffic, cooling system problems, or aggressive driving, excessive heat breaks down fluid and warps metal parts. Even one overheating episode can cause permanent damage requiring expensive repairs. Monitor your temperature gauge regularly and address cooling system issues immediately. Replace coolant on schedule and fix leaks promptly. If your temperature warning light ever comes on, stop driving immediately and shut off the engine. The cost of a tow is nothing compared to the price of heat-related transmission damage. The belief that automatic transmissions are basically maintenance-free has cost more drivers more money than probably any other single factor. This assumption is completely understandable, yet it's the mindset that ties all these expensive mistakes together. These complex systems have hundreds of moving parts, electronic controls, and hydraulic circuits that require regular attention to function properly. Neglecting routine maintenance guarantees expensive problems down the road. So instead, stick to a full maintenance schedule that includes fluid changes, filter replacements, and regular inspections. And make sure you're working with a technician who actually understands transmissions and knows how to spot trouble before it turns into disaster. Because in the long run, a little maintenance now costs way less than major repairs caused by neglect. These 14 mistakes ruin automatic transmissions every day, but now you know how to avoid them, and with just a few small changes, you can save thousands and keep your car running strong for years. So if this video helped, give it a thumbs up and share it with other drivers who need to hear this. And don't forget to subscribe for more money-saving car tips. Also, let us know in the comments, which mistake were you making? Because when you take care of your transmission today, you avoid massive repair bills tomorrow.